Welcome back to Cosmeholics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, Bo Vintage, and today's video is my Bad Girls Club review. Now, I have to rant for a little bit, okay, because y'all really did piss me off this week. I told you guys that I was going away. I told you guys that I was really busy and that this video would be uploaded like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was this video and the Love and Hip Hop video, and it got to the point where I was just fed up. And so I recorded a makeup look and then did a voiceover for Love and Hip Hop. I put on Twitter, I put on Snapchat, I said everywhere when and why the videos would not be up when they were supposed to be up. And everybody still decided to ask me, when's this video going up? When's that video going up? And now I'm just so annoyed. Like, you guys have to realize that yes, I do this full time, but I have a life. Like, I have a life. I was not in my own province. The day after I got back from Edmonton, I ended up going to Montreal, and like, y'all just gotta let me breathe. Like, the videos, if I said they're gonna go up, they're gonna go up. I'm not gonna not do it. You guys don't know me to say that I'm gonna put a video up and then I don't put it up. You guys don't know me to be that way. So like, don't press me for the shit. Like, I'm very upset. I'm very upset by this, and I'm not upset. I'm annoyed because it's just like, even in the Love and Hip Hop video, I said the Bad Girls Club video is going to go up tomorrow, which is today. And you guys just don't give a fuck. Like, it's just annoying to keep getting the same redundant ass comments asking for shit when I've already stated that it's going up. That's all you need to fucking know. Whether it goes up next motherfucking year or whether it goes up today should not matter, okay? If I said it's gonna go up, it's gonna go up, and that's the bottom line. Like, don't pester me and harass me for videos. Is there anything else I need to add to that? I don't think so. Like, it was just very frustrating for me. And then that's not even it. It's not even just because the comments are on my videos. I have an open Snapchat. You guys can talk to me at any time on Snapchat, and 9 times out of 10 I will reply unless you send me like some shit that I feel like there's no real answer to. And people on Snapchat were also asking me, when's this video going up? When's that video going up? If you guys watched my freaking Q&A, or what was it, Botox? If you guys watched Botox, then you would know. Like, I don't leave you guys in the dark about anything, and that's what was so frustrating for me. Like, I'm there telling you guys, shit, I never primed. It's okay. I'm telling you guys in all kinds of videos on all my social medias that videos will go up at certain times, and you guys are just like still going out of your way to ask me these questions that have been answered, to the point where there's other people that know the answer to the questions and are answering them for you in the comment section. Like, ugh, it's annoying, and you guys do it all the time. So I just needed to get that off my chest because I can't. Like, y'all really stressing me out, and I can't deal. But with that being said, let's now get into this damn episode. Because I forgot to prime, I just sprayed some Fix Plus on my face after the fact, and I am going to blend out this orange concealer. So the episode starts off with Fran basically crying to her mom about how Bree whooped her ass. She's really playing the victim at this point, I think, because it's just like, she's trying to tell her mom that Bree picked the one girl in the house that doesn't fight to beat up. But like, Fran, honey, you fought DeShayla, no problem. I don't understand why Fran is trying to act like she's innocent and, you know, like she didn't open her mouth and say unnecessary things. Like, great, she was pissing on the bus, you didn't like it, it was disgusting. Just being extra with it when she was on the bus, and that's why homegirl wanted to beat her up or fight her, especially because she knew that from the jump Fran had been hating on her. I want to be the only blonde Barbie in the house, blah blah blah. That's probably what triggered her to even fight her in the first place, because she knew that Fran didn't like her out the gate and was prejudging her. And then now the whole piss thing happened. And so yeah, Fran was on FaceTime with her mom, acting the ass, telling her mom that the girl basically bullied her when that wasn't the case. And then Kiki's ass comes out of nowhere and tells Fran's mom that she got Bree back for fighting Fran. But I'm just like, bitch, no you didn't. Like, you shoved her into the wall, and I'm pretty sure she ended up with the upper hand. Like, Kiki is just really starting to annoy me. Yeah, she really tried to make it seem like she beat up Bree for Fran when that's not even what happened. Security came, pulled them apart. Like, Ugh, I don't understand why these bitches are so extra and love to lie. Anyway, in confessional, Kiki says that Bree and Sayyora better watch their backs because she coming. And I was like, okay, girl, done know. So Key is in confessional and she is basically realizing that the information that she got about Bree was from her enemy, Kiki. Therefore, she kind of has to watch her back with that. Like, she's not sure what Kiki's intentions were with telling her that stuff because she didn't tell her when they were friends. She told her after they fell out. And so, you know, she's just not sure about that. And so she's just going to watch her back to see what she should do with that information. Bree and Sayyora leave the house. And they head to, I don't know where the fuck they were going. They just needed to get out of the house for a little bit, so they did. I'm not sure where they went, but they definitely went on a walk. And they were just talking about the night before and how everything went down. They were saying that they don't understand why Kiki got involved and why she was going so hard for Fran and why she punched Sayyora. Like, nothing that Kiki was doing the day before made any sense to them, and so they were just discussing that. It's pretty obvious that right now the house is divided into 3, but Kiki is definitely wrong for being upset at Sayyora for minding her business. Like, you can't be mad at somebody for minding their damn business. Like, Sayyora had no place in that fight, and I don't see why she would involve herself. Like, you're all grown-ass women. That would have been completely unnecessary. So back at the house, Key, 7, and Sayyora and Desa are looking at some menu to order some kind of breakfast. And Key is talking to Desa in this tone of voice that I was just like, if she was ever talking to me like that, I would have had to either call her out on it or punch her in her damn throat, because the way she was talking to Desa was like Desa was a slow child, okay? Like, she had a mental disability and she had to like talk to her like she was slow, and I was just like, why is any of that necessary? Like, the way she talked to her was just out of line and out of pocket. But Desa was kind of taking it, and so 7 basically said like she needs to smack Sayyora for talking to her like she's her mom or something, because the way she was talking to her was like very condescending, and I was just like, no ma'am, like that is unacceptable. Nobody could ever talk to me like that, because I will definitely have I will have a problem. We will have a problem. During this little discussion about motherfucking Nutella, like, Key gets frustrated and ends up walking away and basically saying like she's gonna go order her own breakfast because sorry, I said that really weird. Like, she just is impatient when it comes to Desa, and so she was just over it, and so she walks off. She does that a lot. Like, I find that if you're not saying something that Key likes, she will walk away from the situation and like try to like shut you up because she's right and you're wrong. Like, ugh, it's really annoying. In the next scene, Bree and Key are actually sitting at the computer together, and Bree is organizing for them to go to the one of those like what are those places called? Oh yeah, escape manors. Like, they have to go to like a haunted manor and escape, or an escape room, sorry. So she's organizing for them to go. I always really wanted to go to one. I want to go to one. I'm probably gonna go within the next couple of weeks because I think that would be really fun. So me and Shooter will go, because who else are we gonna go with? Like, but yeah, they have one out here in Ottawa, so I'm gonna go to it. I think that would be really fun for us. They decide that they're gonna go to an escape manor and try to work as a team together, and it actually worked. Like, they were all working together, and you know, they figured out how to get out of the room in the nick of time, child. In the nick of time. Like, they literally didn't argue or anything in the room. They were all nice and they all worked together, and I'm just like, why can't y'all just get along like that on a regular basis? But it would never ever go that way in the bad girl's house, like ever in life. They escape, and then they all end up twerking on the balcony because they're excited. Like, when I say they literally got out when there was like 5 seconds left on the clock, they figured out the last room and they got the key. 7 is the one that ended up finding the key. And then, yeah, so they escaped and they go on the balcony, they're twerking, and then that was the end of that. And then it was back home for them to reality where they don't all speak and they're annoyed with each other and want to rip each other's heads off. So Sayyora is feeling a little down because of all the tension in the house with her, Fran, and Key and Bree. And so she's just talking to Bree about it. She is actually in tears because she was friends with these two girls and now they basically have beef because she didn't stick up for Fran and she doesn't think that's fair. But so she's down. Her and Bree are just talking about the situation and Bree's just consoling her and I guess giving her some encouraging words. And like, they basically both agree that nobody in the house can be trusted, not even each other, because they really don't know what's gonna happen. Right now, they're real good and they're BFFs and they're like ride or die, but you know, anything can happen in the bad girl's house. Like, you could be friends with somebody today and tomorrow they turn their back on you because they're strangers, like, you know. In Confessional, Bree says that Fran and Kiki don't seem to be over the situation even though she is. She's basically saying like if they want to go again then they definitely can because she's right here, and they're acting real stupid, like being extra about the situation and petty, and she's like if they want to be petty then like she can whoop their ass again, and I'm all here for it, okay, because I'm honestly tired of them. They are definitely dwelling on it. It already happened. But I totally get it. I guess if you get your ass beat, you're going to be mad for a couple of days. Especially if you have to live with the person that beat your ass. Like, it's different if somebody beats your ass and then, you know, you get to go to your own separate home. But in this situation, she got her ass beat and she has to reside in the house with the person that beat her up. So, obviously, if you're seeing that person every day, you're going to be mad and feel some type of way about it. And so, I guess Fran is not really trying to talk it out at this point. She wants to stay mad and have beef with Bree, but like I don't think Bree is the type of person that you can have beef with because she's already proved that she can and will whoop your ass if necessary. I told you guys, strippers are not the ones. Fran gets a call from the hype coach and he tells her to come in for 9 p.m. because he has a surprise for her and she has no idea what this surprise is. So she's mad excited and of course she's going to bring Kiki along with her. So 7's in the other room talking to Desa, and Key is there as well. And they're basically just telling her that she needs to voice herself more. She needs to have a voice and she needs to have an opinion and she can't just be like out here following or being a follower because that's basically what she looks like at this point. They are telling her that she's basically living in Key's shadow, and she's just like to them, she's like, but this is how I am. She's trying to say that she's quiet and reserved and blah blah blah. This is not like, it's not like her to be loud and obnoxious and in drama and stuff. And Key gets irritated with her immediately because Key keeps talking about this opportunity, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, Key really thinks that she's gonna be like a celebrity after this or something. Like, I don't know what her game plan is, but like she really thinks that Bad Girls Club is going to make her famous. Like, bitch, you're no Natalie Nunn. I already told you, like, you're not gonna be famous after this, Kiki. Well, Key, not Kiki, but Key. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about you after Bad Girls Club. It is what it is, especially because you're not a favorite. Like, she's not even close to being a favorite. So I don't know why she's always talking about this opportunity, that opportunity. Girl, bye. Nobody fucks with you, okay? You have like 3 fans. Needless to say, Desa knows that she looks like a follower and she knows that that's how she's coming across, but she's unsure of what she should do about it because she is indeed living in Key's shadow, Well, bitch, distance yourself from her then. Don't be up her ass. Like, that's all you have to do. You don't have to be up her ass. You go make friends with the other girls in the house. They're gonna call you fake and a traitor, but who the fuck cares? Like, you didn't come here to follow somebody around like a lost motherfucking puppy dog. I kind of feel like the producers might be behind this because it's kind of random that all of a sudden they're saying that DeShayla needs to come out of her shell and stuff. I feel like the producers probably said to Key and 7 that they're thinking about sending DeShayla home because she's boring, or they probably asked them to get her out of the house and so they're trying to save DeShayla. I don't know, something, it's a possibility, you know, I don't really know, but I think it's definitely something to look at. If the other side of the house starts like some type of random drama with DeShayla, then the producers are definitely involved. As of right now, I just feel like 7 and Key are trying to save DeShayla from having to go home because she's boring as fuck and a follower, and how she will be portrayed on the show is just that. So at nighttime, the West Coast girls are going out. That is Sayyora, Bree, and Key, and this is a very odd and random pairing, but they are going out together and they are supposed to go out and have a good time. They are running low on money, and so Sayyora takes it upon herself to invite out that old geezer that she met at the club that time. So I was right in my last video, or in that video that happened. I said that he is probably a sugar daddy, and I was 100% right. He's out here macking on low girls, and you know, he's gonna take them out and I guess have a good fucking time. Like, these bitches are absolutely insane. But yeah, so they invite out Zaddy, and his name is actually James, and he is a shameless fuck, but we will get into that later. Being that Bree is a stripper, she's 100% here for Zaddy, okay? 100% here for Zaddy, because she definitely has sugar daddies and whatnot. When the West Coast girls go out, the rest of the girls are on the roof. 7 is still going hard with getting DeShayla to like come out of her shell. You know, she wants her to stop hiding behind Key, and she's just basically giving her advice. I don't think there's anything wrong with this because everything that she's saying she's already said in front of Key. So because they're all bored as shit, they decide that they want to play What's in My Mouth. They're playing What's in My Mouth, and Kiki decides that she does not want to play that game. So the only person that really gets blindfolded is Fran. Fran is doing really well when she's playing this game. She's getting all of the stuff. And then she ends up tasting 7's ass and DeShayla's nipple. Like, I was so disturbed, you guys, honestly. I was just like, if I was one that was blindfolded and somebody put their nipple in my mouth, I would have bit the shit off. Like, you're not gonna put your nipple in my mouth. But Fran did ask for something wild, so that is all on Fran. Fran wanted to taste somebody's damn nipple, okay? DeShayla was just horny as hell, clearly, and wanted to get her nipple licked. Because why are you whipping out your nipple for this girl to taste it? Like, who does that? Who? I can't deal, you guys. I can't deal. So the West Coast girls are actually at this special champagne showers restaurant, and they're there with James. Because Key has on this ratchet ass wig, whatever, she doesn't want to get her hair wet. And Bree also has a wig on, so she can't get the champagne shower either, which only leaves, of course, Sayyora to get the champagne shower. And so the champagne shower was messy as hell. I don't think I would ever get a champagne shower if I went to that restaurant because, ew. Definitely not if my face is beat. Like, Sayyora was a champ. She took it like a champ, but she did say that she wished she didn't do it. It was nothing that she expected. It wasn't fun for her at all. Because it was sticky, but I'm like, it's champagne. Like, what were you expecting from that? I don't understand. So after they get the check, Key starts acting really upset, and the reason she's upset is because the tip, the dinner was $200 or $300, and Zaddy didn't tip properly. He only left 10%, so Key was automatically pissed as fuck. she was like how she's not about to look like no broke bitch out here, so she ends up opening her wallet to pay, and so she's mad. Y'all know you can't take Key nowhere without her finding something to be mad at. It's in every single episode. Anytime they go out, she's mad. In my personal opinion, tipping is optional. When people take a job at a restaurant and are told they're gonna make this much and have to make up the rest in tips, nowhere in their contract does it say tips are mandatory unless you go to a restaurant where they include tip in the bill. And so this girl's pissed that Zaddy didn't tip properly. I don't know how the service was, but I tip based on service. If the service is good, you get a nice fat tip. If the service was okay, you get an okay tip. And if the service was bad, bitch, I ain't tipping, because I don't have to tip if I don't want to. Why should I have to take my hard-earned coin and tip? Why? Who said that tipping is like, no, like who the fuck cares? So I didn't understand why she was all angry or whatever. Like I said, I wasn't there. I don't know how the service was. If the service was good, he should have tipped more. But the fact that at least he tipped, period. You know what I mean? She was being so extra with it. She was mad, and she didn't like the tip he left, so she wanted to walk ahead of everybody and leave them behind because she was frustrated and embarrassed. I find that she really gives a fuck about what strangers think of her, and I find that so funny. Like, why do you care what a stranger thinks? I don't understand that. Like, fuck a stranger. Like, who cares? Well, Mr. Zaddy senses that she's upset with him, or upset period, and so he yells out to her and asks her what she likes to drink, and so she tells him Patron, and I was just like, really, bitch, really? You're mad and you're gonna answer this? I'm just like, something is wrong with her. Like, honestly, if I'm upset and I feel embarrassed, I'm not, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna pay you no mind. I don't give a fuck if you just paid for my dinner. I don't care. If I don't like that you didn't tip, and I think that you're a cheap fuck, and I'm walking ahead of you, and you call out to me, bitch, I'm not responding. But she responded, which told me that she was not all the way done with this nigga. Even though it wasn't really for her to be done with him anyway, because like, his interest is in Sayyora, his interest is not in them two. He was still nice enough to take her out and pay for her food. Like, that's what I didn't understand. I just felt like she was ungrateful, because even if he didn't tip, bitch, you still ate. Like, you know what I mean? And nobody told you or forced you to open your wallet and pay. So she really had no reason to be so angry with James. Anyway, like I said, she tells him she likes to drink Patron. Child, Patron, I don't know about in America, but Patron is not cheap. It's freaking $80 a bottle, okay, for like a good sized bottle. And so when she said Patron, I was like, oh, bitch, you better milk the sugar daddy. Like, honestly, if you're a sugar daddy and you're gonna take us out to eat, why not get Patron? Okay, so I was like, okay, yeah, get Patron, you know, whatever. So she tells him Patron, and he's like, okay, how he's gonna bring some back to the house for her. This basically made her feel entitled now. Sayyora actually invited James back to the house because it was 5 points for the West Coast. And I was just like, out of all the people to invite back to the house, nigga, you invite James, like this old ass nigga? What's he gonna do with a whole bunch of young bitches? I couldn't deal. I'm like, this nigga definitely pays for pussy, okay? I can't deal. When they get back to the house, Key tells Bree that if James does not show up with the bottle, that her and Sayyora both better be ready to throw hands. And I was just like, really? Over what? Like, I was so confused by her. I was like, why are you fighting them if he doesn't come with the bottle? Like, they didn't promise you a bottle. It's because she tipped and nobody else tipped, because they invited this guy out and he didn't tip, and so basically she's making it fall on them, and that's why she's ready to fight them. And I'm just like, this bitch is just so angry for no reason. Like, it's honestly not that deep. Nobody said that you had to tip. You decided that you didn't want to be embarrassed, so you decided to tip. Why are you trying to fight them because of your decision? Like, that's stupid as hell. I can't stand her. Like, I don't understand why she's like this. It's like, it's never that deep, bitch. Ever in life is like, it's just never that deep. Ever. So at this point, Bree tries to like take Key to the side to I guess, level with her and like find out what the issue is, because she doesn't want to fight anymore. She takes her to the side and is basically saying like, if James, her plan was if James didn't come with the bottle, then she was going to help her with the tip, because she doesn't think that that's fair, and she thinks that the tip was petty and blah blah blah. I don't know why you guys are licking her wounds. I would have just fought the bitch, because I'm not gonna like make you feel like you're right when I really don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know why Bree even tried talking to her, but whatever. So because of this, because Bree is trying to level with Key here, and I find that that's always been her approach, even when they were arguing that first night, or even when that first night she told them to quiet down. She's always been the one to go to Key and like try to talk to her. She's never ever, you know, had an attitude with her or anything. She always just said, and they both been like that with each other. And so I didn't really get why Key was being all extra today. But like, everybody annoys Key. She's just annoyed, period. She's miserable. She's a miserable bitch. Like, I really could not live in the house with this girl. I really couldn't. Like, honest to God, I would choke her. I would choke her and go home. So yeah, because she's trying to level with Key, all of a sudden Kiki and Fran are pissed because they're saying Fran didn't get that same courtesy, that same treatment. And I'm just like, Fran was hating on this girl from jump. Like, that's why Fran didn't get the same treatment that Key is getting, because Fran didn't respect her from the beginning. Fran had a problem with homegirl from the beginning, and that is why she didn't get the same level of respect where she wanted to talk it out instead of just fighting. Fran in her confessional says that she thinks that Bree is scared of Key, and then because all this is happening, she's irritated and decides she wants to confront Bree again. And now she says to Bree, I didn't get a heads up. And I was just like, you had ample heads up. This girl told you from you were on the bus that it was time to throw hands. She didn't just come and sucker punch you. Fran is really trying to say that she got sucker punched. You did not get sucker punched, Fran. The girl came looking for you in the house. You knew she wanted to fight and you didn't have your hands up, bitch. That's what happened. Like, you were trying to hide behind Kiki. Kiki was trying to stand in between y'all, and you got punched anyway. She did not sucker punch you. She told you she was gonna fight you. She let you know ahead of time. She bit her nails off. Like, she's not gonna bite off a $130 manicure and not throw hands. Like, she told you what she was gonna do and she did it. So don't be trying to be out here saying that she fucking sucker punched you, because she did not do that. Like, stop it. Okay? You got, take the L. Like, hold your L. Like, I don't understand why Fran's going so hard trying to say that this girl, I can't, Fran. Fran, get your life. Okay? Get your life. So yeah, like I was saying, Fran pages Bree and starts calling her a hypocrite, basically. And Bree basically tries to apologize to her, and she tries to tell her, like, I was going to wait until things calmed down before I apologize to you, because I definitely see that I was wrong and I should have never have gone that far, blah, blah, blah. And Bree actually gets really emotional while she's saying this apology. In her confessional, she's saying the same thing. She's not saying things like she's just doing it because it's going to make Fran feel better. She's actually being very genuine in her apology. But Fran ain't buying the shit, okay? Fran said, no, this bitch a lie. I don't believe it. Like, she doesn't care about the apology. She thinks it's fake and phony, and she's over it. So Key tells Shayla that she thinks that she should be a little more boisterous. I said, bitch, that's not a word. She mixed up voice and boisterous, bitch. I said boisterous? No. No, don't use words you don't know the meanings to, because bitch just made up a whole word and tried to say that that's what she needs Shayla to be. She needs Shayla to be a word that does not exist. Bitch, how? I can't. But yeah, she's there trying to be a motivational speaker and like get Shayla to come out of her shell yet again. And so Shayla's not really saying much, but in her confessional, she says that after all these pep talks, she's ready to come out. It's evident that Sayyora is clearly new to hoeing because like she is cringing. She's physically cringing. You see her cringe when she's in confessionals talking about the situation with James. She states that James brought 3 bottles of alcohol, so she might have to get some head. And I'm just like, so because this nigga bought 3 bottles of alcohol, he has to lick your coochie? Like, I was like, okay, this is definitely a sugar daddy at this point. Like, you're busting it open for this man because he brought liquor. I'm confused. I'm so confused. I said, no, baby. No, baby. Not 3 bottles of alcohol and a $200 dinner with a shitty tip. That ain't gonna make me bust it open for this nigga. Like, I'm so sorry about it. Like, who does that? Why does anybody do that? That's not you. No. Oh my gosh. Let me say this, because it wasn't like it was a him and Sayyora date and you know the tab was $300. Bitch, it was a shared meal. You are basically taking an L for the team because James bought y'all liquor and dinner, and now you're getting your box ate by him because why? Do you want to get herpes? Like, I can't take these bitches. I can't. So James arrives and Key comes running into the damn living space and is all excited because he brought her Patron, and so she's happy that she's getting her liquor, of course. And so she's basically saying, like, since he brought it, she has to chill because she got her liquor or she fights somebody, and she got her liquor, so she ain't gonna fight nobody. So all the girls in the house are drinking the liquor that he brought, and him and Sayyora basically, you know, sneak off to Sayyora's room, and she's just like, he's under the covers and she's leaning on him. And I just want to remind everybody that this is a television show. There are cameras rolling, and Sayyora tells James that he needs to help her with her orgasm. I said, baby, honey, sweetie pie, your mother, your family, your little cousins, everybody that you talked about in the beginning of the damn episode or in the beginning of the damn season, they are watching. You have a man that was born in 1976 in your bed, and you are telling him he needs to handle your orgasm for you. I don't know what Sayyora does for a living, honey. I don't know what James does for a living, but both of them are shameless, nasty fucks. Both of their asses. I could not deal. I was saying, what is going on right now and why? Like, why? Out of all the people out of all the niggas that Sayyora knows in motherfucking LA, she fucking James? Really? So James is under the covers now, licking Sayyora's cat, and I'm just in shock. All the girls are like spying. They're like, because there's no doors in the house, okay? Everybody can see, the lights are on. Everybody can see that this man is under the sheets licking Sayyora's punani. And I'm like, hell the fuck no. Like, who does this? Like, this is not normal. Like, I'm so sorry. This is not normal behavior. Nobody would ever do this. Like, what? I was actually fucking shocked by this. I don't know why. It's not like we haven't seen sex on TV before. Jersey Shore, motherfucking Bad Girls Club. Somebody's always having sex on TV, but it's just like, oh my god. It's just the circumstance and who is involved and why Sayyora felt the need to fuck this man because he brought liquor and he bought dinner. Like, no. No. I was just like, you don't know how to finesse. Like, you were not obligated. He wasn't obligated to spend his money, and I'm pretty sure you guys didn't agree on that. Like, she felt that she had to do that because he spent money, and I was just like, that's so sad. Like, no. Kiki is over here shook as hell when she peeps into the room because Sayyora, after getting her head, she hopped on this man's dick and started riding. I said, no, baby. Like, the head was one thing, but to actually bust it open now, I was like flabbergasted. Like, I was like, no, like, this is too much for me. I do not watch Bad Girls Club to see fucking Pornhub. Like, really, though. I was uncomfortable. I was not here for it. Literally, while he was giving her head, everybody kept coming, like, poking their head in the room and asking if it's good. Fucking Brie was killing me. She's out in the fucking hallway, like, dancing. I could not deal. Honestly, it was a lot to deal with. I just hope that they used a condom, because it kind of seemed like right after the head, it just went into the sex. And like, even if Sayyora just sucked his dick, like, I wouldn't even freaking probably care. But just the fact that she hopped on that thing, and you know, like, I can't, like, I can't. I can't. Like, suck his dick at most. Don't be out here fucking putting your pussy mouths up over some liquor. Like, you're on TV, and now everybody's just gonna see you as a hoe and a prostitute at that. And you didn't even make no money off of him. He didn't give you no money. I think that he must be self-employed, because honestly, you can't, his face was never blurred. He was obviously okay with being on the show and getting pussy from a damn near minor, okay, because Sayyora is young as hell and he's old as hell, and like, he didn't care that she's young, obviously, because he's a pedophile, okay. Freaking James, you nasty fuck, like, go find a woman your age. I can't even deal. Like, Sayyora claims that the sex stopped basically as soon as it started, because she was like, oh no, this is too weird. And like, this was in her confessional, she was saying all this, and I was just like, bitch. Bitch, I don't know, bitch, because you seem, she was moaning and shit. Like, I don't know, but who are we to judge? I mean, we all have a whole moment. Sayyora just happens to be on television. I think that he is either a professional sugar daddy or like self-employed, because how was he comfortable with being on national television, getting his dick wet, and also sucking pussy on national television? He's a creep. Nobody's comfortable with that. Like, he's comfortable that there's cameras there and shit, and nigga, nah. Reckless behavior. Sayyora was mad embarrassed after all this, and in confessional she apologized to her mama because she was just out here thotting and bopping like nobody's business. I was actually thoroughly surprised that the other girls weren't reacting or throwing mad shade in their confessionals off of this situation. They kind of let me know that everybody is okay with selling their coochie for bottles of alcohol, because nobody seemed to be like, have like an opinion about it. Nobody really was like shocked, or you know, everybody was kind of giggling about it like it was funny, instead of, you know, I don't know, maybe everybody wanted to fuck James. I don't know, but like, I was actually really surprised that more people weren't in confessional talking shit. I guess because everybody drank the alcohol, they just kept their little mouths shut about what they really felt about Sayyora in that damn bedroom doing the thing she was doing in there. So in the next scene, DeShayla is officially out of her shell. She is acting mad hyper and annoying. She's jumping around like a damn crackhead, telling people to smell her damn hair, saying her hair smells good, eating a bag of chips. And I'm just like, I want the old one back, you know. Let her be a follower, all she wants. Y'all ain't had to do this. Now we gotta deal with her. When this is happening, Key is like side-eyeing her, and I guess looking at her like she's being mad phony. But like, this is what you guys asked for. You guys told her to come out of her shell. Now we can't tell if it's genuine or not, or if she's just putting on a show because she's doesn't know what else to do, if, you know, they're saying that she seems uncomfortable or whatever. I can't tell if this is the real DeShayla. It doesn't seem real, but I mean, do what you gotta do to get by, boo. So now she officially has a voice, and she's using this voice to say that Key has a crush on her, but she doesn't want to admit it. Key does not strike me as bisexual, much less gay. I feel like she might be a Bible thumper, you know? I don't think she's homophobic, but I think that she believes what she believes, and I don't think that she agrees with homosexuality, even though she's not homophobic. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I never got that vibe that she has a crush on DeShayla. I don't know why DeShayla's saying that, but I don't live in the house, so whatever. Key is denying that she has a crush on DeShayla, and She's actually annoyed as fuck at this point. The next scene, Fran is off to Hype Coach Heaven. She's gonna go get her surprise. She meets a live band and she basically rehearses with them in this scene, and she's really into it. She's feeling herself. Every other word is motherfuckers. And I was just like, is that how you hype up the crowd? You just yell out motherfucker? Like, I can't deal. Kiki went with her and she was actually in the corner turning up. I think she was drinking a Mickey of something. And yeah, she was just in the corner having a blast while Fran was being a hype girl for this band. What Fran didn't know was that she was actually auditioning so she could perform with them when they have a performance on Saturday. And so after they finished their little set, they basically tell her she's invited, and she's ecstatic and she's happy. And yeah, DeShayla, Key, and Seven actually head out for the night. They're going to, I think, just grab a bite to eat, nothing major. Say and Bree are the only two left at the house, and they are basically having a bad bitch night where they put onesies on, hop around, they're drinking, and they're just having fun with each other, being the dynamic duo that they are. At the restaurant, Seven, Key, and DeShayla end up meeting these two guys that are twins, and they sit at the table with them. One of the guys says that he has a girlfriend while the other guy says that he doesn't. One of the guys really takes a liking to DeShayla. Key gets really annoyed at this, and I was just like, she has got to be one of the most insecure, jealous bitches on earth. I don't understand why she's so jealous of everybody. Like, if she's not getting attention, she's mad. Especially because DeShayla has a girlfriend back home and DeShayla is gay. She's mad that this guy is taking a liking to DeShayla, and DeShayla is being, I guess, flirty or just nice, and she's mad about this. And I'm just like, bitch, why? Like, she's so pressed forever. Like, she's forever pressed. I don't understand. So Key actually asked the guys, like, if his girlfriend likes girls, and I wasn't really sure why she asked that, but whatever. In Key's confessional, she goes as far as saying that she created a beast out of DeShayla by making DeShayla come out of her shell. And I was just like, she really thinks that she runs DeShayla. Like, she really thinks that DeShayla is a puppet and that she can tell DeShayla what to do, and DeShayla's gonna listen to her. And now that DeShayla has a mind of her own, she doesn't like it. But you guys told her to come out of her shell, so why are you now mad that she's coming out of her shell? Like, make up your mind. She's literally mad that DeShayla is a lesbian and is macking on a dude. Those were her words. And I was just like, bitch, if you was cute enough, if you didn't have an attitude, you would get macked on too. Like, there's no need for her to constantly be jealous of these females. Like, she's mad at Sayyora for being pretty. Who the fuck cares? Like, that has nothing to do with anything. It's your attitude, bitch. Like, you're a miserable bitch. She fucking argued with DeShayla or shaded DeShayla in front of these two guys because the guys liked DeShayla more than they liked her. Like, why? It doesn't make any sense to me. At the end of the day, the issue is that she's not getting any attention, and that is going to forever be her issue. Like, if she's not getting the attention, she's like, she shuts off. That's it. So she calls out DeShayla in front of the guys, and I was just like, you're doing way too much. She ends up getting frustrated to the point that she walks away from the situation because DeShayla isn't taking her shit today. DeShayla is opening her mouth and saying, like, I don't understand. You guys told me to come out my shell, now I'm out my shell, and now it's a problem. And so when she says this, Key's like, you're being mad extra now. Like, I'm just gonna walk away. She gets up from the table, Seven moves out the way, and she goes and she stands across the room. And then DeShayla starts talking to Seven, and she's just like, I don't get what the problem is. Like, this is all I'm doing, and blah, 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 blah. What's the issue? Fucking Key from across the room starts yelling at DeShayla, talking about she's being extra, blah, blah, blah. And DeShayla's like, I'm talking to Seven, though. Like, I'm not talking to you right now. And I was like, yes, DeShayla, speak up. It's about motherfucking time. In Seven's confessional, she said there's a fine line between standing up for yourself and speaking up for yourself and just straight up talking shit. I was confused by why she was saying this. I don't know if they edited something out or if I missed it. I didn't know what DeShayla said that could be considered talking shit. I didn't understand what or where that came from. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. In my opinion, I just felt like DeShayla was finally just, you know, speaking up and defending herself, especially because they had company. She's embarrassing or trying to embarrass DeShayla in front of these guys. And for what? So they go outside for a smoke or whatever. 7 is listening to motherfucking Key be mad. DeShayla's still hanging out with the guys. and then DeShayla is just like, give me a second to the guy, and she goes to talk to Key and try to like resolve the issue and get to the bottom of it. And Key is basically trying to say like, ever since they told her to like be in go mode, she's been on super go, and it's an issue because she shouldn't be that way with the girls. She should just be that way with the other side of the house. The other side of the house ain't bothering DeShayla. The other side of the house isn't, you know, making DeShayla, she's not following the other side of the house. She's only following you. The only person she needs to stand up to and have a voice for is you. She's not had any problem or issue standing up to Fran, little old Fran, and whoever else she felt like she needed to stand up to. But when it comes to you, that's who she needs to stand up to. So if she all of a sudden is on super go, it is because she's been hiding behind you. Now she's speaking up to you. So she just feels like, I don't even know, like she's just dumb. Key is dumb. Anyway, DeShayla's dumb too because DeShayla agrees that she shouldn't be, she basically agrees that she shouldn't speak up or speak her mind to Key because Key said so. Like, I can't. Like, she's still a follower and whatever. I hope that they figure some shit out because I don't understand it. Fran and Kiki actually end up meeting up with DeShayla and the rest of the girls at that restaurant, and Fran is super excited and she invites them to her show and they agree that they'll go. My issue was with Key in motherfucking Confessional basically shading Fran and saying that it's not Fran's show. She basically called Fran the help, and I was just like, you're such a hater. Like, she's just like, she called her the help, and she said it's not her show, it's the band show, and she's just the hype person. Just unnecessary shade. It was just like, either you're gonna go or you're not. You don't need to go in Confessional and call the girl to help and do all kinds. Like, you don't have to do all that. Just say you're gonna go to the show and like don't make an excuse for it. She tried to say that she's just gonna go because it's her roommate and she should support her. Bitch, bye. I honestly think she's just jealous that Fran is making moves before she is, because she's supposedly some Compton rapper that rapped like E40, and she never even had a performance a day in her life, but apparently next week she finna have a performance, so whatever. So the next day the girls are off to play bubble soccer, and so basically it's just like this big bubble ball and you go inside and it looks really fun. I want to play for sure, but they go to play bubble soccer and Kiki is a little too big. She can't fit inside the bubble. I think she was just being extra because she looked like she was inside of it. So she said the bubbles aren't plus size, and so she's just gonna sit this one out. I think it was just because the teams were uneven because there's 7 girls and not 6 or 8. So she sat it out, and all the other girls played. Bree wasn't having fun. She said the bubble was hot. Her makeup was all over the bubble on the inside, like her face print was on the bubble. And also that her tracks were out, and she didn't like that either, and so she was just frustrated. So she ended up quitting. She's not really enjoying herself, and so she decides that she's over it and she doesn't want to play anymore. They were 1 point ahead, and so she basically tried to say that they won, and Key gets upset at this like it's a serious game. Like, she gets upset and she's just like, no, you guys lost. If you quit, you lose, blah, blah, blah. She's basically calling Bree out. Bree's annoying her, and she tries to say that the real reason Bree quit was because Key was fucking her up with the ball. And I was just like, oh, she's so annoying. Like, shut up. Like, who cares? It's just soccer. Like, she's acting like she was in the Olympics. Like, this was an Olympic game and she deserved a medal. I didn't understand why she was so mad at the fact that this girl said that they won, that their team won. It was not that deep. So they're back at the house, and on the roof, Key is basically talking about the game from earlier, and she starts telling Fran and Kiki how Bree is a punk and how everything she does is a punk bitch move, and how it's fucked up that when she was really mad at Sayyora, she took it out on Fran and punched Fran in the face when she really had a beef with Sayyora. She's basically spilling this tea to Fran. Fran is getting upset now, and I'm just like, but you guys were just saying that they're only telling you this because they are not friends with her anymore, and now you guys are turning around and doing the same thing. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, Fran's upset again now at Bree. Like, she's forever mad at Bree and decides she wants to page her on this. She heads downstairs. Bree is completely unexpecting, and Fran is drinking something, and she actually asked Fran if she can taste what she's drinking, and Fran had an attitude, and so Bree was like, okay, like, and so I guess Bree just figured since she apologized to her, everything was a-okay. But that's just not how it was going to go down. Fran was like, remember how you had a beef with Sayyora and took it out on me, or some shit like that, and she was just like, no. And at this point, I'm feeling like this is all liquid courage because everybody seemed really drunk tonight. I don't really know what the fuck was going on, but I think that Fran just had a little bit too much to drink because she was really feeling ballsy, which is ironic because this episode is called Balls to the Wall. And so Bree is just down here wiping her makeup off, minding her business, and Fran comes out of nowhere and is bringing up this shit from a couple days ago. And while Bree is wiping her makeup off, I have to say, you guys, I was shocked at the color difference. Her tan and her actual skin is like, she's like 10 shades darker in her tan. And I'm just like, whoa, like, and so she's wiping her makeup off, and she has like this ring around her face that is so dark. It's literally like the shade of my skin, you guys. And then like her skin underneath is just pale white with like red undertones, and I was just so shocked. I'm like, how come her tan is so dark? Like, I know people go, you know, 2-3 shades lighter. Bitch is a whole like 15 shades darker than she actually is, and I was really shocked by that because it didn't look like a tan. She actually looked dirty. She needs to lighten up on the tanner, okay? She really does. She literally looked filthy. Like, there was just a ring around her face from when she wiped her makeup off, and it made no sense. I was like, nuh-uh, bitch. No. Bitch. Matter of fact, she was darker than me, bitch, with her tan. Like, it made no sense. So, I think everybody was drunk, like I said, because Kiki was over in the corner, and she was just like, Fran, knock her motherfucking teeth out. And the way she said it, I was just like, you are drunk as hell. Like, I think everybody was just fucked up on the roof for no damn reason. And so while all this is going on, Seven looks bored as hell. She's just sitting at the table waiting for everybody to pop off. And everyone is instigating and telling Fran to run up, especially Miss Key. So Fran tries to tell Bree to run up, and then Bree's obviously not gonna run up to Fran because Bree doesn't have an issue with Fran at this point. She's over it, but Fran's mad. And so everybody's like, no, Fran, you run up. Like, that's whack. Like, you can't do that. You came down, you took your socks off. You said you were gonna beat this whole ass, and now it's time to beat her ass, and you ain't beating her ass. Like, and so she was standing there. She's like, I just want you to know that you look like a motherfucking asshole. And so Key goes, no, Fran, you look like a motherfucking asshole right now. And then she's just like, Key, I'm not from Compton. Then, bitch, why your mouth like you from Compton? Like, honestly, I can't even deal. Like, Fran is so stupid. Key starts walking up to Fran, and she's just like, Fran, don't come at me. Don't come at me. Kiki decides to jump in the middle, like always, to protect Fran, and she basically tries to, like, calm down Key, but she doesn't, I don't know if it's not registering with Kiki, but Key don't fuck with you, boo. Like, leave her alone. And so Key goes, don't touch me. Like, she's telling Kiki, don't touch her, don't put your hands on me. Even though it was not in an aggressive way, she still decided that she was gonna tell this bitch, you better not touch me, bitch, because I don't fuck with you like that. Like, she's literally her enemy. She does not like her at all. So Kiki's like, why are you mad at me? What did I do? What did I do to Key? And Key's just like, don't touch me, blah, 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 blah. Key tells Fran, you have a fighting mouth and that's why your ass is forever getting popped in your mouth because you talk too much. And at this point, it's getting a little bit too heated, so DeShayla interjects and takes Key away from the situation and is bringing her, I guess, to confessional. So Key and DeShayla are in confessional, and Key is just trying to rant a little bit. Kiki decides to follow them in there, and Key gets so mad. She's like, don't interrupt my confessional, blah, blah, blah. She's so pissed, you guys. Kiki must be drunk because she's not listening and she's not rational. If the girl asks you to get out, just get out, you know what I mean? Like, she's really trying to stay and figure out what she did wrong. I don't know if she thought that because the house called truce that they were going to be best friends again. But that's not how this works. And so Key is pissed, and now Kiki is basically getting in Key's face. Not a good idea. Back at the ranch, Fran is still over here pressed at motherfucking Bree, and she's now trying to approach her. And I'm just like, why did you approach her earlier? Like, we were waiting. Bitch, we was waiting on you to approach. We were. And so as she's approaching her, Sayyora steps in and she's just like, Fran, like, this is not you. You're a good person. Like, don't do this. And Fran goes to Sayyora that she needs to tell Bree that. And then Bree basically tells Fran, yo, run up, bitch. Like, I'm about sick of this. I'm sick of standing here. Run up. So Fran is yelling at Bree and basically calling her no, not basically. She called her an escort. You want to be an escort for the rest of your life? Like, grow up, blah, blah, blah. And Bree's like, I'm not an escort. I'm a stripper. Get it right. I don't know what Bree is doing in her life, in her spare time. But at the end of the day, strippers are never just strippers. So she might not be posting her ass on Backpage, but she's definitely selling her box. Either way, I find it hard to believe that Bree is solely a stripper when she clearly admitted to pissing into somebody's mouth for a certain amount of money. That is still escorting, okay? Jim Dave, hello, hi. Either way, I think Fran needs to mind her business when it comes to that stuff, because it's just like, Fran, baby, why do you care what she's doing? If she wants to sell her box, let her sell her box. You're not her mom, you're not her friend, and it's really none of Fran's business what she's doing. So I don't know why Fran is like so pressed about Bree being a stripper, Bree being an escort, Bree doing anything. It's almost like Fran wants to do the things that Bree is doing. It's almost like that, because it's just like, why does she keep comparing herself to her, saying that she would never do these things and blah, blah, blah. Like, I just don't get why she's so damn in Bree's business. Back to the confessional scene. Kiki tells Key that she's not afraid of her. She's like, if you think I'm afraid of you, I'm not. And so Key says, who said anything about being afraid of me? Blah, 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 blah. And they start to argue. Key ends up pushing Kiki, but then Kiki ends up shoving her back. And after she shoves her, Key wastes no time. Key starts throwing bows, and then they start duking it out. But when their fight starts, Fran's fight with Bree starts. Fran approaches Bree to hit her, and they start fighting. And so this clip was really fucking annoying to watch. I was pissed because they kept like going back and forth between the two fights instead of showing one fight and then showing the other fight. And so hopefully next week we get to see the fights separately, wherever they leave them off. But like, them switching back and forth between the two fights was just a headache and a half. Fuck you, you guys, okay? We wanted to see each fight separately. It was just really confusing to watch. And next week is going to be really exciting because apparently the girls are headed to Vegas. Everybody's going, but it's because Key has a performance. She's supposed to rap or whatever. However, the plot twist is that they're not flying there. They are driving to Vegas. And apparently, none of the girls can drive except for Sayyora, Kiki, and Fran can all drive, but Shayla, Key, and also Seven, none of those girls can actually drive to Vegas because either they don't have their license or what. And so because of this, the ball is actually going to be left in the other girls' court. If they don't want to bring them to Vegas, then they're kind of stranded. So I'm excited to see what happens, because that is gonna fuck the house up, because basically they asked Fran to drive them and Fran is basically being real petty about it, and I'm here for it 100% because y'all was mean this entire time. Now y'all want favors, bitch. I would be like, nope, bitch, I'm not driving. See you never. Guess we're not going to Vegas. Matter of fact, we gonna go to Vegas, but y'all ain't coming, and Key needs to go to Vegas, and so that's the issue, like, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be messy. Anyway, you guys, I love you all, and I will definitely see you in the next one.